take number 4. Are you ready? Here we go. Welcome. My name is Julie, SylverStitches, and I live in Carleton Place, Ontario, Canada, which is a smaller town just to the west of Ottawa. This is a cross-stitch channel where I mostly talk about cross-stitch, but it's very scattered. My train of thought lately has been out the window. I'm not sure why, but welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me. I'm not sure what led to you joining me, but thank you. I do have 3 cats, so if you see one here, or if you hear one, or if you hear me randomly saying, hey, whoever, stop doing what you're doing, then that's who I'm talking to. So here we go. I'm just going to jump right in because so far it's been a minute and I'm good to go still, and this is take number 4, so here we go. I'm going to share with you some whips that I've been working on this week. Two whips. And then I'm going to show you the progress on some of my other whips, only because I have a lot of new subscribers lately who potentially haven't seen the majority of my things that I've been working on. So, here we go. If you follow me on Instagram, if you're in any of the, some of the Facebook groups, you know about this Praiseworthy Stitches. I've been trying to I want to be able to get a page finished by the end of this weekend, since it's the World of Cross Stitch weekend. I don't know if it's real, but not real, but I know yesterday was the day. Some people have turned it into the weekend because I had to work yesterday. So, I don't want it to have the glare. Anyway, I don't want to take it out of the bag because I'm just being lazy. Welcome to Julie. Alright, I am stitching this on a 32 count Fog Lugana even weave. 32 count. Anyway, it's not linen. 32 count by Picture This Plus, using the called for colors, which are in Weeks and Gentle Arts. So I want to have this page finished, like I said, by the time this weekend rolls around. Is finished. It's a big goal, but somehow I haven't worked on it yet today, so maybe. So there we go. Okay, so here's where I'm at. So this is the middle page. I only started in the middle only because I didn't want to be mixed up when I got to the other side. So I'm working on this these flowers. It's a basket. It's a pot of flowers. Is that better with the light off? I think so. Anyway, let's try and do this again so that I can maybe show you without. So I'm working on this pot of flowers right here. This basket of flowers. It's a urn. It's a pot. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. So this page goes essentially, so all of so that crown and part of the heart are in that page. The anchor is in that page. This urn, of course, and I'm pointing to the camera. Okay, this, and then this little leaf motif here, and the R-E-J of Rejoice. So, as you can see, I have essentially almost half of the page done. So, hopefully by the end of the weekend. Yeah, so I worked on that every day I worked on this week, if that makes sense. So I worked on it Monday, I worked on it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was going to put it away, but I decided, I just joined another group, another challenge group, That's what I'll call it. And it was a prompt for one of the challenges, so I might work on it till Sunday night. Who knows? But then we'll see. We'll see what happens, because in reality, I have no idea. I've been trying over the past couple weeks to film every weekend, but it seems to be that I can't. Either I can't, or it comes out not right, or, you know, my video editor it updated, but then I can't upload more than a 15-minute segment at a time. Right. So right now we're at 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes, so we're just going to keep going. How I store my fancy floss, because that's what I call it, because the Gentle Arts and the, weeks are all fancy, are in these boxes. I picked them up at a Dollarama. They've got flip lids. I'd like to thank Nell at Little Yellow House Crafts. She did an organization kind of how she also does like a floss toss for 2 patterns a couple weeks ago. Completely drawn by her fancy floss, her overdyes, I should say, how she organizes them. So these don't click together, but I have 3 boxes for 3 colorways. This one is gonna be I only did this for I only did this for this week's. This is whiskey. So any of the golden yellowies, I don't know. I only have 3 colors so far of fancy floss, so I don't have that many. But as the colors grow, I'm sure I'll figure out more variants. And then I have Moss by Gentle Arts. So this chart calls for a whole lot of it. So there we go. So that's all. I'm keeping these ones like this because they're already pre-cut. So, and then I'm doing something different for every box apparently, because my other colorway is the red, is Indian Summer, which is super pretty. Love this color. And it is, it's like, so it's weeks, right? It's not pre-cut. It's just, anyway. So I have 3 boxes on the go. I only got 3 boxes because I only have 3 overdyed colors going for now. So I'm going to pause here just so that my video editor doesn't get all grumpy. And I'll see you in the next clip with my next whip. Hello! Alright, so the next thing that I've been working on the weekends primarily, because that's when it came out. It came out on August 1st. It was a stitch along. Sorry, it is still going on. It's still a stitch along. It runs from August 1st to September 15th. Each pattern will half of the pattern will come out once a week. So there are 3 full patterns. So 4 boys and an NL girl. Okay, that's who designed it. So Patty out of Newfoundland. And here is my progress on Charlie. I have not started. I had to finish Charlie first before I got to this next one that came out today. But here's my progress on Charlie. He's a little bit. He's okay. He's all right. He's got his garland down here done. He's got his. That's what I did. That first weekend. I stitched on him already today, so I'm not going to stitch on him again until tomorrow. But hopefully I'll be able to get his other eye and ear done with the fill-in of that, and then he'll be done. And then there's a little bit of back stitch here, and then hopefully, if I still have time, I'll move on to ornament number 2. So week 1, this came out, this Christmas 2020, and then the garland down here. And then week 2, Charlie came out, the Christmas bear. Week 3, so new pattern, week 3, came out today. The garland around the animal came out today, and then next week the animal will come out for that specific. If you go watch her video, she explains it way better. I don't know if you can continue, like, I don't know. I purchased it on Etsy, this owl, and I don't know if it's still posted, but I know a whole lot of people are still doing free draws for it, so we're only on week 3 out of the 6 weeks. And then it's fun. It is fun. He just is a bigger bear than I thought he was going to be, so that's how it had. And I didn't have a lot of stitching time last weekend because we did things. That was last weekend, man. Who knows? Who knows what happened last weekend? Not me. Anyway, that is Charlie the Christmas Bear. That is the Woodland Creatures Mystery Sal. Yes, hosted by Patty Brake from Newfoundland. 4 boys and an NL girl. And I'm just using DMC and Ada for that. That's not super exciting. I'm going to stop the video here again for the situation of my video editor, and then move on to my next thing that I'd like to talk about, because on my new viewers, I wanted to be able to share some things that I'm working on, but not necessarily at this moment. So they're stored away. Sometimes I do a wheel, a decision wheel on the days that I don't work. So today, specifically, like Saturday, Sunday, Tuesdays, I would do a wheel. I would spin the wheel, decide what size I'm working on that day, and then go from there. And I do have more projects that I did work on this week because I did spin the wheel. I might have to go back into Instagram and see what those were. I don't think I'm done my whips yet. Hold please. Alright, so I found 2 more whips that I worked on this week. I went back into my camera and saw the pictures. So the first one that I spun for, I spun a medium project this week. So I was working on Dream. This is by Stony Creek. It is booklet, or book 438 of the Whimsical Words pamphlet book. Well, it's a book. It's full out of book. It's a few pages, but it's a book. So this is where I got to. Some things I leave my needle in, and then some things I don't know why. Some things needles, some things no needles. So I'm just going to use the back so that I have a... Yeah, it goes this way. Okay. So, I worked on this... I need a better system, guys. Okay, so I finished this moon, and then I started that circle of moon, or whatever they are, over there. I'm going to just see if this works. Yeah. Alright. So this over here I worked on, it's all just half stitches, so it went relatively fast. I was using this as a self-imposed Stitch 75. So I am going to post that in the description box below. But, so Stitch 75, I'll get to, explaining that, I've explained it before, but for my new viewers, my phone, when I watch YouTube on my phone, I've set it so that it tells me every 75 minutes or every hour and 15 minutes that I've been watching too much YouTube. So I took that prompt as a thing, and I said that's when I'll switch projects. So this was a Stitch This was a Stitch 75 today. I know, different clip, but and then both of these projects were Stitch 75, even though my next project that I'm going to show you is probably like a Stitch 60, because you know. Anyways, that's the goal, at least, every time, is 75 minutes on any given project that I'm spinning the wheel on. The next one came out of, I just need to find the, see? Organization. It's the key to life. Okay. It's not on any of the covers, of course. I have to find it. It is out, let's start from this. It is out of the Christmas Ornaments 2017 special issue. Flipping pages, flipping pages, flipping pages. I'll show you the, yeah, I'll show you this one because that's the one I actually am stitching. So I'm working on this little guy, him right there. He is Penguins at Play. Penguins at Play by Charlotte's Web Needlework. So like Charlotte's Web. That's how I read it. I don't know. Anyway. I was going to do all three, but then I decided just to do just him, because he comes out as like a pill, like a stuffed ornament, so you can have each of the penguins each on different sides. But when I first started him this week, he only had part of the white, like that much of the white done. I filled in a few more lines of white because, you know, me and white stitching don't get along, so I stopped. He has a full out body, right? So he's going to be stitching white for a while. I worked on his arms, which have half and quarter stitches in them, but I didn't, 3/4 stitches in them. Sorry guys, but I didn't do that. I just made them because, you know, for me to actually fully finish this into something is highly not happening. Probably it's just cute, and I love penguins. So, and I worked on his head and his arms and some of his body. Since the last time you would have seen him on a video, which is, I have no idea when. So that's him. So those were my two whips that I worked on this week for my wheel progress. Yeah, so now the next segment is I'm going to jump into my whip bins. I changed the storage system a little bit, so they're no longer in, wow, I can't even lift it up. Alright, hold on. These are the ones that I have not organized yet. They used to be in these big white boxes. Those weren't working out for me. I couldn't do anything. I would forget that I had them, or, well, in here, because over the last couple weeks, right, I've been trying to do more videos with different topics and different, you know, this is the way I do things kind of thing. 5 minutes, okay. So I also kind of took this idea from Nell, from Little Yellow House Crafts. I now have a bag of DMC. Each bag, well, each little Ziploc bag is labeled. I don't know if I'm going to end up sorting these out again, but this is the whole, these are all my DMC colors that I have from 800 to 899. I labeled them that way only because well, sometimes they come out with different colors, right, of different numbers, but it was just easier to label them that way. So I have like a variegated, because I somehow magically don't know the numbers that the variegated were for, so I have them from variegated to 0 to 100, you know, or 0 to 99, 100 to 199, you know, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 3800. I have my whites, ecru, and B5200s all in the same bag. Yeah, so there we go. So yes, next clip I'm going to show you how I store my whips. I have many, so I'm not going to go through them all today, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so next clip, see you later. We're back. Many of you have seen these, but again, many of you have not. So there's been quite a few actual people that have subscribed to my channel via the various ways that I'm now promoting my channel. That's all I got. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but there's been a large influx of new viewers and new, so hello, welcome. Seemingly not as scattered as I thought I was going to be today, because this is my first video in like a month. So it is true, I think. You do forget how to be. Anyway, so in my last clip you saw how I used to store my whips just in those big boxes. I had 4 of them. Now I have a file folder system just from Staples. Still messy, but not as messy as, you know, what it was. So I do have a Charlotte sleeping next to me. She likes to hang out with me while I'm doing cross-stitch stuff. She is not a floss chaser like Simon is, but she is also sleeping, so thank the goodness. Alright, so my first project in my box, in the box of whips, comes out of this book. It is not this project, but it comes out of this book, A to Z Alphabets. It is the project on the back, so it is called A is for Apple. Trying not to glare. A is for Apple by Sharon Pope. So I have taken a little bit of a stitchy break on this one, only because it is, I'll show you. So here it is. I have the outside border at least done, right? That's the good. But at the same point, I ran out of that green, green that is the border. So this green, of course, I have to make these all into the spaces. I was using this as a prompt while Slow Steady Stitches was filming, while I was watching and stitching with Slow Steady Stitches. She's taken a break over the summer because she has wrist problems, carpal tunnel, something. Anyway, so her doctor has recommended her take a break. So I do miss her. She lives in Alberta, and so a fellow Canadian, and go watch her. She only does Stitch with Me's, so go watch her Stitch with Me's while she tries to continue to recuperate. So while I was watching her last episode, I was working on the lemons. So I'll do a sneak preview of. So everything has cat hair on it, by the way. I live, like I said, with 3 cats. And it's hot, hot, hot. So they're shedding. Even though I'm wearing a sweater, it's freezing in here. Anyway, so this is the top. Get it, just holy Hannah. Okay, here we go. So this whole row is completely done. Apple, Blackbird. I'm like on Blackbird designs lately in my head. I really want to start one, but I have no idea which one. Okay, so Apple, Bluebird, and Cupcake. This is Doll. She's done. The other thing is I've misplaced the outlining color. Don't know where it is. And then this is going to be an elephant. You flip down to the bottom. Home. Oh yeah, so home has not been outlined, but it is done because I seem not to have that color of outline. And I'm working on the lemons when I get back to it. Those lemons seeming to be massive. I don't even know why. Alright, so that is A is for Apple by Sharon Pope. And everything except for one project, which I won't show you today because it's not in a file folder yet, is in these handy dandy Ziploc bags. Yippee! That's all I'm saying. 5 minutes. Okay, so The next one is going to be a restart when I start it again, but I will show you my progress on it that I have. So this is a Valentine's Day gift, actually, from my husband, our first Valentine's Day, which was 3 years ago. So he went online himself, he picked it out himself. It's great, but it's printed. I primarily only do counted cross stitch, but either way, I still have the whole pattern and all of the floss. I attempted it on the counted cross stitch, or on the printed, yeah, I attempted it. You'll see it. Anyway, so this is Angel's Wings. Angel's Wings by Joy Sunday Cross Stitch. So when I had started her, I had just started her hair. But like I said, I have all the flosses, and they're really nice to work with. And it's a big chart that is a color chart. So that's nice as well, and it's on nice paper, like it's on glossy-ish paper, so it's not gonna... Anyway, so I started with her hair up here. I started essentially with that brown color, and did a little bit of a lighter brown color, and then I gave up because I'm not a printed... No, I gotta do it myself. I was just getting lost somehow. I don't know why. Anyway, that's that. I am going to restart her when I spin her again. I don't have the fabric for her, but she is going to go back on Ada. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that. She was off Wish. The website Wish, or the app, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So, and then, the last one for this... I think this is why I decided not to upload my last video, partially because I was not able to, in the new, I have to research it more, in the new program, like the updated program that I use, I couldn't insert pictures. I will attempt to insert a picture. If not, then you can try and get the idea. So, this one is Autumn Fairies. It is a Haid. It was a freebie a long time ago. So this is the full size of it. It is a mini. So this is the bottom. These are all the colors I have. So that's why everything is not completed up there. I'm a very firm believer in starting it as soon as you get it. So it doesn't matter if you have all of the colors. You just need to run with it because you want to do it. Right? So I am a super starter. I like to start things. I don't like to finish things. So I am a process stitcher for sure. So this is that's a tree. This is the branch. This is going to be a hedgehog, or yeah, a hedgehog. And he's in a pile of leaves. That is the picture. If you didn't get to see the picture, that's going to be here. I don't know if it's going to work out. Somehow, magically, guys, that face that I just made is totally going to be my screenshot. I'm just saying, that's what's going to happen. Because it always does. Sorry, I keep going off screen because my box is here and I'm on the couch and you guys understand. The next one, because we're only at 9 minutes, is at, this is out of Stony Creek. Again, Stony Creek. Who knew I liked Stony Creek so much? This is the Autumn in the Village, book 417. I received this as a rack, and I'm working on the full thing. The glare. I even turned off the other light. Anyway, it's all this nice paper that they use the covers for. Okay, I am not doing this on Ada. I think it is a 28 count, 32 count, something or other. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, I worked on it for a little bit over the beginning of the the beginning of COVID, maybe. I think that's when I started it, but that's how far I got. That's the middle house. That's the bakery. So something that I knew going into this is that Stony Creek is heavy backstitch, right? I'm not a backstitcher. That's why that project kind of got halted. I will work on it. I'll get it done. It's just I'm not a backstitcher. I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to insert one more video of more whips, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. And then I have time to compile and add things and all of the things. So one more clip, and then we're going to be done for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Aloha, we're back. Sorry. Okay, so the next one in my whip bin, this whip bin, I have two of them, is, I just totally flashed you the chart, but it is what it is. Baby Hippo 123. By dimensions, you'll see eventually, up till now, you haven't really noticed that I have the majority of my charts are dimensions, but that's because we're just going in alphabetical order. So Baby Hippo 123 is by dimensions. I am stitching this for my nephew. He will be 2 in January. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift that was supposed to be done, you know, Christmas, last year, but that did not happen. I went a little bit psycho crazy, mentally and on this, during December last year, because I was trying, like, every waking moment was on this hippopotamus. So I was, in December, I did, Flossness, so you can go back and watch all of those, but, I ended up primarily focusing on him, because he needed to be done for Christmas. He didn't get done for Christmas, clearly. I've worked on him a little bit over time this year so far, but it's not, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I should probably start this sooner rather than later if I do want to get it done for this Christmas, because my sister is still expecting it for my nephew, so yeah, so I got the top half done at least, and wow, we're about to lose the needle. Sorry, guys. Like I said, some things have needles in them, some don't. So, I'm currently, I finished this little, that's a bird when he gets outlined, I think. I think he gets outlined. And then I just have this left of the actual hippo, and then the lines down, the border along the bottom. He'll get done. The stitching groups that I'm in now versus what I was doing last, like in December, there's a lot more support of like, go, go, go. So, and I'm a little bit more out there now with sharing things in the groups. So hopefully that will, maybe I'll make that like a mandatory stitch in September so that he'll get done by December. It's okay, Charlotte. This one, also dimensions. It is Beacon at Rocky Point. This is almost a UFO. Almost. I'm almost at that point. I've gotten the majority of the top half done. I think it's just back stitches that drive me absolutely nuts, because I'm going through this and all of the sky is all back stitch, or not back stitch, half stitch. All of the sky is half stitch and I'm not loving it. So every time it comes out on the wheel, I'm like, do I have to? I don't have to do anything, of course, because I didn't, I bought, this was also from 2015. So I've been steadily working on this for 5 years now. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. 5 years. I think I've gotten more done on the, maybe because it's new, because it's fun, because it's exciting, but more done on the Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts, because I also bought that at the same time era. I'm finding that I also really don't like working on the smaller pieces of fabric. I don't necessarily like doing BAPs, but the fabric at least needs to be big. This is what I've learned. Don't cut down the fabric before you start stitching it, because then it won't happen. Alright. This one I bought twice actually, so I have 2 copies of this. It is Be Who You Are by Lizzie Kate. And so, over time I've tried to learn how to read backwards on the camera. I still can't do it. So it says, be who you are, say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So it is number 163 if you're trying to look for it. I'm just doing this on a white Aida with DMC, not the fancy floss that Lizzie Kate suggests, because up until the time that I did Simple Gifts, I didn't, because I was waiting for that. Like, I had that in my stash for a very long time. And I was waiting for the right time to start it, primarily. Pandemic seemed like the right time. High tea start seemed like the right time. So that's how I ended up starting that. I ended up ordering the floss for it at the beginning of the pandemic, so early April. It came, I know I keep going back to that. It came like mid-June. Yeah, pandemic. Okay, back to this. So Be Who You Are, by Lizzie Kate. So I have top to bottom done. That's how tall it's going to be. Now I'm just working side to side. So the last time I worked on it, I was working on this W. I think the clock stopped, so that's why I put it away, because my 75 minutes was up, and that's how I gauge how long to work on things, right? So, yeah. See how many more of these I can get through by the time it's closest to 15 minutes. That is that. This is this. The next one in the whip box is Bloom Where You Are Planted. This is out of a just cross stitch. I have the information written over there on a little tag, but it is from a magazine that I tore out, because I do that, because otherwise how are you supposed to know what things you want to stitch out of the magazines? Anyway, so yes, this is Bloom Where You Are Planted by Needlework Press. And so I've changed all of the colors because I had none of the called for, and it was this was started at the end of December 2019. So the last time you saw it, for those of you who are returning, I had that Y done, I think. I was complaining about that Y, and then so I've just stitched all of that. Again, I'm not a fast stitcher, but I do like stitching, so that's that. That's all I got. So again, this is, I'm going to change the date to whenever I finish it, of course, but I'm really excited about that plant. It's interesting because on the monthly magazine challenge group, if you're not there, you should be there, on Facebook, monthly magazine challenge, hosted by Carolyn and Robin, Caesar Stitch and Bird's Eye Stitcher. I keep getting it mixed up with Stitches, Stitcher, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so the SAL for that, this is not part of what I'm working on for that, but the SAL for that starts in September. It's a magazine challenge, so it's anything that you can pull from a magazine. Each month has different topics. Each month also has a different acrostic. So you're also trying to fill in things for that acrostic. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there because there's still time. What is it? It's the 15th today, so you still have 15 days before it starts. It's pretty exciting. The next one is a Mirabilia. No, lies. The next one is the Nora Corbett. I'm sorry. This is Buttercup by Nora Corbett. Again, I don't know why, but I don't want to take it out of the bag. I was using this as a stitch with me while I was watching Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts. We're going that way. It goes this way. This is the middle of her dress. I'm using all the called for colors, and there we go. So that is essentially literally the middle of her dress, so in here somewhere. It's on a platinum 14 pound Aida oatmeal. No, platinum. That's platinum. I'm telling you, I'm an Aida stitcher. That's why on every Instagram I post for all my Aida projects, that's the hashtag, Aida stitcher. Alright, that concludes all of the red file folders, as you can see. I'm going to stop that there so that the next time I film, I'll do either the next box. No, I'll do all the yellows. Because there's not that many yellows, but there's enough to say, you know, I have yellows. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to wrap that up here. I hope you have a great stitchy week. I'm going to attempt, you would have already seen it, of course. Maybe I'll do it at the end this time, just for something different. But I'm going to attempt to put in, you've either already seen it, or it hasn't happened at all, sunset pictures like I normally do. There was also a time when the fire department here in town, I don't know what they were doing. They were testing the water for the fire hydrants. They were emptying their tanks. I don't know what they were doing. They were spraying water into the river that I live next to. So I filmed that for a little bit, so maybe that clip will be in there. I think I have some scenery of flowers that I can throw in. Yeah, so I hope you have a great stitchy weekend for the rest of the World Cross Stitch weekend, because that's what I'm doing. My husband is sleeping. He's got a treatment next week, so he's trying to be as great as he can be. So I told him that he needs to essentially sleep because he wasn't feeling well yesterday, and they won't let him into the hospital for the treatment if he's not feeling well, right? COVID. So plus they don't normally do treatment on him if he is not feeling well anyway, because it's steroids. So anyways. So hopefully he'll stay asleep for the majority of the day today, so that I can stitch. Anyway, it is what it is. I think that's it. We're rounding up almost 13 minutes on this little clip, so I'm going to let you go there. I will show you more of what I was stitching over the last couple of weeks when I've been trying to film floss tubes in the next episode, because this is going to be long enough. I will talk to everybody later. Sparkle and shine. Have an awesome weekend, and hopefully it won't be as long before I check in again next time. Bye, everybody.